This is video number 3 and it's about humanity. I want to start out by saying that humanity cannot be defined. When you define what it means to be human, then you limit who can be human, who can be considered human. And that's not right. Humanity isn't a limited resource. It's not something that you can lay claim to, that you can take away from people. Humanity is part of being alive in this world. It doesn't make sense that people try to limit what it means to be human. Being Christian has no correlation with being human. Neither does being Muslim or Jewish. Those things don't matter to your humanity. Being human is just about being alive in this world. It's about having life at all. It doesn't matter what you do with that life. You are human regardless of the things that you do. If I were to define what it means to be human, then people who don't fit into that definition are not human. And if they're not human, then they don't deserve the same things as everyone else. The reason that I can't define humanity, the reason that I refuse to define humanity, is because everybody is human. Because everyone who has life is human and deserves to be treated the same. Everyone deserves equality. Everyone is part of life, is part of this struggle. And even if your life is full of luxury, even if you never really have to struggle, you still have to eat every day or you would die. You still have to drink water. You still want a roof over your head when you sleep. So it doesn't make sense to define humanity, because when you define humanity, you can say who isn't human. And when you can say who isn't human, then you can treat those people differently. But we're all human. And because we're all human, we all have to treat each other the same. We have to work together. And we don't have to agree with each other. We don't always have to think that we're doing the right things, but we have to respect each other. We have to respect each other's humanity, because it is a basic thing that you cannot deny. And this world doesn't work right now so that we can all be human together. But change doesn't start tomorrow. Change isn't some fantasy. Change starts today. So if we want to define all of us as human, then we have to start defining each other as human. We have to stop limiting what it means to be human. We have to stop taking humanity away from people. And the question that I think you should ask yourself as you watch this video is, do you want to live in a society where it's okay to take away from people, where it's okay to have more than others? Or whether you want to live in a society where everyone takes care of each other? Because in the first world, the world that we live in now, if you fall through the cracks, then it's your own fault. Nobody is there to take care of you. Nobody cares about you. If everyone really bought into that philosophy of being individuals, of having to earn your humanity and earn your right to live, then there is the potential that you will one day not be considered human, that you will be treated less. But if you believe in universal humanity, if you believe that humanity is an undeniable fact of life, then, and everyone believes that, if that was how society worked, then no one would ever fall through, because everyone would always be catching each other. Everybody would always be lifting each other. And which world would you rather live in? The one where, yeah, maybe you get ahead of everyone else, maybe? Or the one where it doesn't matter what happens because everyone is always going to be there for each other?